It's happened, guys. I think Marvel Rivals finally forced the hand of Blizzard to go in and fix Overwatch. They're actually doing it. Not only have they actually brought back 6v6 as a temporary mode. Guys, you've seen the feedback. The gig is up. Everybody knows 5v5 is shit. It's just not good. It's aged like milk. Everything that Hawk and I predicted would happen in that original debate came to fruition, and we could not have been more right on almost all of these points. You guys need to hire Hawk. Don't hire me. I got too much shit on my plate. You guys wouldn't want to hire me anyway. That's fine. But you all should hire Hawk, because that guy knows this game like the back of his hand. Shout out Hawk. Love the guy. Guys, you know I love to take care of you guys and make sure that you're, eating healthy and just being well in general. So today I've got HelloFresh coming to you guys with every order that you order with my code, you're going to get free breakfast. I'm going to be ordering some boxes for myself. Again, I'm very, very busy. I know most of you guys are adult men out there who work hard. You probably don't have the time to go grocery shopping or deal with the overhead, but HelloFresh completely eliminates all that for you. And with every order with my code, not only do you support the channel, which is how we pay for our channel managers and our editors and stuff, but you also support yourself and your family, right? And that's so, so important. So for every order that you use with my code down in the description, you're going to get free breakfast as well, man. There's so many different meals you can choose from, all kinds of different, diets or whatever preferences you might have. You can get it all with HelloFresh. I'm going to be ordering a box myself. I cannot wait. It saves me so much time and energy. I cannot wait. So thank you, HelloFresh, for sponsoring today's video, guys. Support the channel and check them out. It goes a long way. It is a killer deal. A killer deal. Sign up today. Thank you all so much. Let's get to the video. Okay, listen though. Everybody said, oh, the 5v5 tanks wouldn't work well in 6v6. You'd have to rework them. While we were already trying to rework every tank in the game to be a super tank and somehow fit in 5v5 and cover every role. They're trying to be Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible with no plot armor. It's just not going to happen, right? It's just not going to happen. So hang up the cape. And that's what they've been doing. I had to scream at the top of my lungs about how buffing super tanks and giving them all these passives while they already have all these crazy abilities and do all this stuff is not a good direction for the game. We had to live through multiple Malga metas, multiple of all this stuff, and the problem never got solved because it's unsolvable when you're having to continuously buff one tank to compete with the other super tanks that keep getting out of the game when they all compete with one role. It's impossible. You can't do it. It's unsolvable. And so finally, after Marvel Rivals comes out, we finally get a 6v6 comp mode, which is gonna, guys, it's gonna stay. Come on, let's not even pretend. Even everybody who was kind of neutral on, oh, we don't want to be on the side of this is just Overwatch doomer stuff. I don't know, maybe fuck no, 5v5 was never gonna work. All right, it was never gonna work. You could go ask anybody at home, and it hasn't. And the opinions have changed massively in favor of 6v6 for obvious reasons because it's better. But that's not the real point of today's video. I want to look at this. I saw something that caught my eye. Okay. And it finally seems right, guys. We're going to swap screens here, boys and girls. Something caught my eye that was very, very interesting. And it is these Malga changes. For the first time in Overwatch 2, after dropping the best update they've ever had, the perks update. The perks update was the best Overwatch update ever, dude. With 6v6 comp, Overwatch is actually fun again in 6v6 comp open queue. It's actually fun. I've actually played it. It's the most fun I've had playing Overwatch 2 at all. And it's not close because 5v5 roll lock is terrible. So bad. Aaron, do yourself the favor. Please move on. Leave that shit in the past. This is a good update. Don't ruin it with a shitty format. Listen, look at this though. Malga, Cardiac Overdrive, no longer provides allies with damage reduction. The super tank ability is now only going to work on himself. But look at this. Cage Fight ultimate cost increased by 8%. Barrier health reduced from 1500 to 1200. Overhealth conversion rate reduced from 50 to 40%. They're walking back the super tank buffs that we saw about a year ago that made me go ballistic. I went ballistic when I saw that because, everybody knew it. That's a terrible idea. Making Godzilla versus King Kong doesn't actually fix the gameplay loop issues that make playing tank unfun. It's the 5v5 format that make playing tank unfun, and you can never, ever capture that in that format. You can't capture gameplay loop issues by buffing both tanks. It's going to make them even more watered down. So what you're finally seeing happen, and outside of 5v5 here, it applies to both modes, okay? What you're finally seeing happen is them regress tanks to the mean. They're bringing every character much more in line with each other, which is way more in line with the original game. This is like, it's like they're finally walking it back. It took 2 years too long, and Hawk called this from day one. Hawk called this. From day one, Hawk called. Shout out Hawk, bro. Love the kid. Good kid, man. Good kid. Worked hard. But you're seeing like a little bit of changes to Hog and like Winston primal nerfs and Zarya, her charge rate nerfs. Some interesting changes to Echo as well, where she gets shields now, which is nice because she lost some time to kill as well as HP compared to everybody else. Soldier buffs probably needed to happen. Disgusting. I throw her in the wood chipper, Hulk ult her in real life alongside Jeff the Shark, and we're good to go. But look at this, these Ana nerfs. Damn! Like, it looks like, so there's two separate balance patches for 6v6 and 5v5. It's interesting they're trying to keep this both ways. But one thing that's going to benefit both of these formats is the walking back of super tanks. Guys, having a raid boss character run around the map is just frankly a bad idea. The Overwatch team is finally now undoing a lot of the big damage that trying to make Overwatch 2 work caused with the super tanks, making playing DPS really miserable. Shooting a raid boss tank that you can never kill is not fun. It's not fun. It's a terrible mechanic. It's a terrible idea. So for the first time really in years, dude, I can holistically say that the types of changes the Overwatch devs are making to the game, granted, they're undoing mistakes that they never should have done to begin with, but who bats 1,000? I don't really care what the reason is. As long as they make the game fun and make it real competition, and like, I'll be honest, until Marvel Rivals came out, there wasn't this incentive to do this. Like, it shows that there were a ton of people who were actually just fed up with the direction the game was going, and when a viable alternative came out, they left, myself included. And now with that pressure being there, that Aaron has admitted is there, the Overwatch dev team is finally being forced to respond with good updates, which honestly, like again, this previous update they did with the galactic weapons, like all of this stuff, it's the highest quality stuff they've put out in this decade, really. I'm looking at this decade, I'm thinking about what was put out. Overwatch 2 was only really half of a game. 2020 is when development stopped. It really was around 2020. Like, these are the best updates they've had this decade. I know I'm going to get called a doomer, and I know I've been painted out to be a doomer who just rants about stuff, but dude, like, there wasn't a lot to give credit for. And how I feel like, I defend myself on this a lot, because my reputation gets hit all the time. Doomer, toxic, crybaby, whatever, but you guys, people can call me all the things they want in the world. There's one thing that they aren't saying about me, and they aren't saying that I was wrong, because motherfuckers, I was not wrong about this shit, and it's aged exactly how I predicted it would. So, again, now that they're making the good decisions and they're nerfing things like Malga, the abilities, like the key thing here to focus in on is the fact they changed Cardiac Overdrive. Everybody clump up on me and we're going to hard live ability, right? Where it makes the whole team just like there's nothing more irritating than hitting a full sticky beam combo on somebody that simply does not hit the damage thresholds because their Malga pressed E in their vicinity. It's like, what the fuck? I just hit my whole combo and the Malga's going to press E, live for himself and his team? That's a stupid super tank fucking ability. Why is that there? And it's gone now. So they're showing the willingness to walk this stuff back. And this is not something that they were doing a year ago. In fact, they were doing the opposite a year ago. Adding more passives that made people tankier because they didn't want to give up on 5v5. And now they finally realize they have to give up on 5v5 and they have to give up on the vision of a super tank because the idea of a super tank is fundamentally flawed and fundamentally bad and unhealthy for the hero shooter when there's one character on the map that is worth so much more than everybody else that can win the duels passively from stats. It's a boring mechanic, it's unhealthy, and it sucks. And so the fact that they're actually walking this back and the 6v6 format actually allows for the tanks to be way more in line with the rest of the cast is the future for Overwatch. I hope they go 6v6 open queue with bans, maybe some kind of preferred role queue. And if they do that, they could really start taking some of the market away from rivals again and even the playing field, which I want. I want to cover both games. I want to have both games be good because the better both games are, the better it is for the creators and the better it is for the player at home. But the reality is the decisions that Overwatch made for multiple years were very, very bad, and they're going to have to dig themselves out of the hole. And I think they've already got 1 foot out of the grave. If you want to get both feet out of the grave, Blizzard, leave 5v5 behind. That's the next thing you got to do. Leave 5v5 behind. Focus on 6v6. Focus on your roots. That's what public perception really wants anyway, and you guys have been doing a great job. Let's see more of this, man. Let's see more of this. This is what we need more of, and I think Rivals has really forced the best out of Aaron's team and what they have to do, because let's be real here, guys. We were not seeing these Malga nerfs a year ago. We weren't. We weren't seeing it. In fact, we were seeing the opposite a year ago. But now we're seeing what should have happened from the very beginning, the destruction of the 5v5 Overwatch 2 game design philosophy. Let's watch it implode. Let's drop a nuclear bomb on it and flush it down the toilet where it should go and get back towards some of those original core roots of Overwatch design without these super tanks that make everything a raid boss. So thank you guys for watching. What do you all think about the patch? What do you all think about the new direction that Overwatch appears to be going? I'm liking it. I'm not 100% back on the Overwatch train. I'm definitely not yet. Like, I still am preferring Rivals right now. But I'm gonna be honest, 6v6 with perks has been pretty fucking fun. And if they keep nerfing heroes like Malga and they keep bringing those things back in line, I see myself playing again. So that's going to be fucking fun. What a great patch. Excited to see this from the Overwatch side of things. And big shout out to Marvel Rivals for, I think, being the thing that forced this drastic change out of Blizzard. So thank you guys so much. See y'all next time. Hit that sub button if you're new. Take care. Much love. Leave your thoughts down below. See y'all next time. Peace out.